Edward, how are you, buddy?
Nice to see you. How you doing?
You too, mate.
That's funny. I almost wore that t-shirt today.
What's that?
I almost wore that t-shirt today.
That would have been awkward, me.
Well, Robert Pattinson, mate, to start with, you made an absolute mess of that bedroom, didn't you?
I know, that was pretty standard, to be honest.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fairly consistent with things.
Yeah. Normally I like to put my bed up against like a blaster wall most of the time, just so you can knock the whole wall down. So,
Really? The demolition kit?
and I have a temporary wall which I just put in just to kind of for my own ego.
Well, I hope you left your credit card at the front desk, mate, just for what do they call it, incidentals or whatever.
Was it hard with everyone there, or did you do it? Did it take you a couple of scenes, or you're fine?
I mean, it was sort of. I think there were a whole bunch of people freaking out because it was supposed to be PG-13, and everyone was nervous. You know, there are certain weird things about ratings that you can't have.
Yes.
Like you can't have a thrust in conjunction with a noise at the same time. Like you have to kind of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you had to do alternate things. Like you had to move, and then like Kristen would do a delayed reaction after.
Oh, so there's no trust with the
It's very strange.
Isn't that bizarre? And mate, we heard a lot of stories, I'm sure you've been hit with this question a lot, but there was a lot of focus on you apparently working on your abs for those sorts of scenes.
Yeah.
I would have hated to attempt to do anything like that. How did you go?
It's the worst thing in the world. Like you can't. I don't think.
Working out.
Yeah, and
Especially when you got Taylor next to you as well.
completely. And also Taylor doesn't drink, and he doesn't like he eats really healthily all the time. So
Yeah.
it's completely unfair. I mean, like and he was also really into sport. So he's constantly running around and like, catching things and stuff. And like I'm sort of.
Annoying, isn't it?
I know. My sort of normal day is just sort of sitting there. I mean, that's
Just doing nothing.
I know, and so it's kind of it's much more difficult for me to do it.
Mate, what a roller coaster movie for you though. At the start, you're the happiest that you've ever been, and at the end, it's an absolute shocker.
I know. It's literally like everyone sort of said like, oh, it's like the one time Edward like smiles and stuff in this movie, and then. It's like, yeah, the smile was only set up so you just give him way worse punishment consistently after the end of the movie.
That's the thing, because when you watch as the films go on, there's so much drama that obviously happens with Bella, and I'm sitting there watching it going, Edward, let her go, mate. You're going to have to cut her loose. This one's too hard.
I know, it's such a hassle all the time. And everyone's like, oh, it's such a fairy tale romance. And it's like, this seems like a nightmare. And the average relationship is way better than this.
No, absolutely.
Congratulations on the movie.
Thanks very much.
Well done, mate. It's a pleasure to chat to you. You got a legion of fans in Australia, mate.
Phenomenal.